Well, greetings, everyone. Happy Tuesday. Dr. Jeff Riggenbach back here with you on yet another Tips Tuesday, where I have been offering you each Tuesday a tip, tool, or tidbit for dealing with the difficult people in your life. These tips that I have brought you each Tuesday have been from the content of my new book, Disarming High Conflict Personalities, dealing with the most difficult people. 9, 8, get the right number of fingers there. The 8 most difficult people in your life before they burn you out, before you burn out. I think burnout is such an important topic in today's world, regardless of the setting that we live in. And often the reality is that it's the people that burn us out. And so, or we allow them to burn us out is maybe the proper way to say that. And the book offers some techniques and some strategies for not allowing people to get the best of us. So I'm so excited. Publication date is now set for March 4th. March 4th. So it's right around the corner here. Mark your calendars. You'll certainly be hearing more about it. We did get set back a couple of weeks here. And so in the space between now and when we publish, at which time, by the way, I will begin offering a number of other specific skills for each of the 8 different types. So you'll get those as your free tips moving forward. But in the space between now and that time, I thought I might just give a few mentions. Devoting the time to just give a few mentions to some of my endorsers. I'm so excited to have had some of really what I believe to be some of the brightest minds in the world, some of the most respected, some of the most successful people in my fields contribute endorsements to the book. And really am excited that some of them thought that this offered valuable advice for people to be able to grow in their life in different ways. You know, I once had... not too long ago, after a conference event, somebody asked me, one of the participants says, Jeff, how do you get your development? How do you grow and how do you develop? And my answer is probably the same as most. I attend my own trainings. I do my own reading. I follow people such as oftentimes many of these endorsers that I'm going to touch on a few of them today. And so the first sort of endorser spotlight, as I'm going to call it, is Dr. Robert Leahy. Dr. Robert Leahy is the director of the American Institute of Cognitive Therapy. It's based in New York City. He's also been on faculty for years at Cornell. He's published, I believe, over 100 publications between journal articles, written or co-written, more sort of professional and textbooks and self-help books. And, his books have been translated into over 20 languages worldwide. And I could go on and on and on with what Bob has accomplished. I was actually reading just before I jumped on here some of the reviews of his book, The Worry Cure. And one of them said it's something along the lines of, it's like having the world's foremost psychologist as your personal therapist. And as you kind of walk through The Worry Cure or some of these similar types of books that he has out there, I got to thinking, it really is sort of like that. And so I'm certainly excited to have possibly the world's most prominent psychologist offer a word of encouragement about my book and think that it might be valuable for others to use as well. One of the things I've always respected about Bob is the brilliance yet practicality with which he addresses a wide range of issues, whether they're in his books and his publications, or even I appreciated the leadership that he provides on our cognitive therapy listserv. I think I told him this. He's one of about 3 people that anytime you get something from him, I guarantee I'm going to mark it. I'm going to set it aside. I'm going to make sure I look at it, make sure I read it, because he offers wisdom and commentary on a broad range of topics, whether it has to do with something related to the new DSM-5, whether it has to do with clinical outcomes trials or treatment protocols, or, ranging to how to think rationally in response to election results that you're not too happy with. So, he covers a broad range of topics and really just offers a depth of knowledge that most people don't in terms of how to bring cognitive therapy into both our professional and personal lives. And it's one of the things that I really share with him is a passion for taking these evidence-based strategies or these, practical sort of skills that we learn from research that we know work, and offer them to people in very practical ways that they can use in their life in a variety of settings. And that's certainly the hope with my book, Disarming High Conflict Personalities. And so that was frankly one of the reasons that it really means a lot to me that Bob was willing to offer an endorsement for this. When I first got it, I sort of had to chuckle with some of the language he used there. Yeah, for the sharp elbows we often confront in life. And I thought that's a pretty good metaphor, a pretty good picture or image sort of way to put it. I think a lot of people can relate with kind of the sharp elbowed people, kind of elbowing their way through life, getting poked and prodded and people forcing their way in front of us. And none of that feels very well. And people do that in different ways. So I certainly got a chuckle when I saw his wording there. So just a quick shout out here, Bob Leahy, American Institute of Cognitive Therapy. I've actually got his a link to his author page, either in the description or in the comments, depending upon which platform you're viewing this in. So whether you are a behavioral health professional and want to check out one of his books on cognitive therapy, again, broad range of topics, even within cognitive therapy. You know, one of my favorites, personally, sort of an oldie but a goodie, is called Overcoming Resistance in Cognitive Therapy. It's got just a great sort of comprehensive book on cognitive therapy techniques that I've drawn from in my training seminars over the last 15 years around the world. A number of other good publications as well. So if you're a behavioral health professional, psychologist, therapist, other practitioner, or if you're a layperson, check out some of his self-help stuff. I referenced the worry cure. He's got the jealousy cure. He's got a book on beating the blues, sort of a self-help book for people that struggle with depression or kind of feeling down. So many others there as well. So the tip for this Tuesday is actually a little sort of off the beaten path. And the tip is to go check out the resources of Dr. Robert Leahy. I guarantee you that you'll find them useful and they'll be able to help you or your clients in their journeys. All right. Keep an eye out for my book. Again, March 4th, Disarming High Conflict Personalities. Pre-sales will be starting soon. So keep an eye out here. I will be back with you next Tuesday with another tip on Tips Tuesday. So in the meantime, I hope everybody has a great week and we'll see you then. Take care. Bye for now.